Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. I'm your host, Dustin, singer, actor, Lewis, and you already know, sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all of the reality TV tea, but it's definitely what you want, and it's always going to be what you need. And baby, listen, I know y'all are probably mad at me because I said I was going to give y'all Married to Medicine the other day, but listen, things happen, things got in the way, and child, listen, I'm here. I may not be on time, but I'm always going to give you what you need. And listen, we are on season 12, episode 1, and I'm so excited that my girls are back. If you know me, if y'all have been rocking with me since day one, you know Married to Medicine is my favorite show on Bravo. So when I saw my girls was coming back, you already knew we was finna get into this thing here. Because to me, don't nobody do it like my girls over there in Married to Medicine. Like, I live for this show. I wish they had their own day. Like, give them their own day. Give them their own spot. Like, they deserve that because the girls are amazing. So, before we dive into it, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share with the family members, share with a friend so we can do what? Grow our community over here. Y'all already know. And hit the notification bell button so when I do drop new content, you get all of the alerts. So, if I had to rate this episode, I'll give it a 7. Like, overall, it was a good episode. I think they did a great job with the episode. It didn't give us a whole lot, but it didn't give us, it wasn't like boring. Like, it was good. Like, it was overall a good episode. So the episode opens up with, like, you know, we had little cuts of all of the ladies, like, doing their thing. We saw Toya doing her thing. We see Contessa. We seeing Simone. Like, everybody's kind of giving their thing. And then we dive into MsQuad. MsQuad, she got it. Baby, MsQuad was at the pool, baby, giving us all the body, all the yams, all the hams, all the country fried steak. She was giving us all the body. Quad said, you know what, baby? I just had my 44th birthday party. We're going to be over here at the pool with my good girls. And y'all going to get into this body that I got. And listen, she looks amazing. You can't take it from her. Quad looks amazing. Now, Quad, I do got one thing that I do want to ask you. Girl, what you have on in that confessional? Because that glitter bustier that was hanging out that dress, the way it was, Quad, I felt uncomfortable. Like, you're a good Christian type of woman. And girl, I don't know what King is putting in you, on you. I don't know what y'all got going on. But you needed something to help you lift them girls up, girl. Them girls it was too much, Quad. Like, Quad, these are doctors. These are doctors' wives. These are classy, upper echelon type of women. And we did not need to see your Brazil, your bosoms, your titties like that, girl. We ain't need to see that. I was shocked. I was in tears almost, girl. I was super uncomfortable. But you look beautiful. Can't take it from you. So, anywho, you know, they are still, you know, her and her man, you know, he's in the kitchen preparing him a drink, getting something for her. And we get a confessional from them. And she lets us know that they are still not living together. Which, I don't know if it's alarming. I think that they haven't been together that long. So I can understand them not living together as of yet. But they don't know what that's going to look like. They don't know what moving forward is going to look like with them. Are they going to move into a new house? She wants him to move into hers. He doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to move into his. So what does that look like for y'all? Do y'all sell both and then try to find your own house combined? So that's a tricky situation. And you know what? I'm going to say this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If y'all are making it work with both y'all living separately, maybe that works for y'all. Now, if y'all do try to have a child, that can be a little tricky. But hey, maybe both of y'all can work it out to where you can both have your homes. So maybe that'll work for you. I don't know. I ain't got a man, so I can't tell you either way. So anyway, child, we see Angel, is it Angel Brinks? No, Angel Brinks was the other one. She was on Basketball Wives years ago. Angel was on Basketball Wives. She is a nurse. She's beautiful. Angel is stunning. You definitely can't take that from her. She's a stunning woman. And I really enjoyed Angel when she was on Basketball Wives. So I think that she is going to give us something a little different with the show. I know that she did some filming spots last season. So it's good to see that she actually became a cast member of the show. I really, really like that. So they are having a conversation about her party, and so they're talking about the things, and she's rehashing some of the stuff with the girls, and King is asking her, he's like, well, what happened with you and Simone? Like, Simone and Cecil weren't there. What's going on? And clearly there's still some tension there because the way that they left the reunion, they ain't leaving the best light, if you ask me. So, doggone, why does it keep showing? they ain't leaving the best light if you ask me. So we're going to have to figure that thing out. And as she's having a conversation with King and the girls about it, we see DrJackie and Dr. Simone meeting for lunch. Now, it's good to see them get back in that groove as well because, you know, that was their thing that they did on the daily. And then they kind of stopped when they kind of went through their rift. So I'm glad to see that they are putting forth effort to get back to a good friendship. I really do like to see that. So Jackie asked Simone, Dr. Simone, if she's talked to Quad. And, you know, she says that she hasn't talked to her, and Simone says that she was disappointed in her behavior at the reunion. And Simone, I'll be real with you, I think that we were all a little disappointed in a lot of things from you at the reunion, the dress being one of them. So it was a lot of things that we were disappointed about. But yeah, I'm glad that you can see that you could have done things differently. But Simone is one of those people, she is so emotional and so reactionary. So when it's something that she's passionate about, she explodes. And I think that was a moment she was so tired of like Quad, like basically like being the victim. Not necessarily, I don't feel like that's the best word, but Quad essentially being in that realm. And Simone was just tired about it. Tired of the whole situation. So Simone wants Quad to own her part in the situation. I feel like Simone and Quad keep getting back here, and I'm not sure what Simone is wanting Quad to own at this point. I'm not sure what Quad's issue is really with Simone at this point, but I kind of do some of the new stuff, but it's too much, y'all. Like, y'all got to figure out a way to get past this whole situation because it's not that deep from y'all. So Quad, the reason she's mad is because Simone made a comment about how she gonna pay her mortgage. So she made that comment. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later too when we get further on in the episode, but just put a pin in that. That's why she mad. And I can understand why Quad felt away because it was some shade. It was unnecessary shade. But Quad, I'm gonna say this. She told you happy birthday. You said, oh, well, a lovely birthday gift will be for you to help me pay for my mortgage. Quad, you were doing too much. Like, I get it. You had to get your lick back, but it wasn't necessary. You should have let that just roll on. You should let it move forward, and you shouldn't have said what you said. And then that's another reason why y'all are here at this junction in the road, girl. Y'all got to learn how to not be so shady and just take the high road sometime. So it ain't that deep. And Simone, you know, you felt away because Quad invited you to her party, 2 hours before the party's supposed to start? And I'm with her. You ain't really want me there if you invite me 2 hours before it starts. You ain't really care if I came or not, girl. So let's be real. So it ain't that deep. So for both of y'all, it's okay. Y'all ain't gotta hang out with each other. It's childish. Move on. So speaking of moving on, we're gonna head over to Toya and Eugene, baby, because they got a new house. Baby, they got them a new house. I don't know how I feel about it. I would say this, the house is beautiful. They got them a house. It cost them about a little over $3 million. And child, we tired. We tired. We are so tired of them moving. I hope that this one is finally their forever home because y'all moved into a home, every season every season y'all used to move into a home. So like, we over it. We are over y'all moving at this point because the last home, the home before last, that was y'all forever home. Y'all wrote the Bible verses and the scriptures in the foundation of the house. Then, you know, you had to take out an extra X amount of dollars to get the pool. And you were saying, well, you didn't have that much because you want to do tennis courts and all this extra stuff. But looking at the house you have now, you don't have no room for that either. So, Toya, I don't really know. Like, the way that y'all be moving is super odd. And then this new house, you got this big old Japanese blossom tree in the middle of your thing. Girl, that's too much. The last one, we had that 2-3-story closet. That's the one you should have stayed in. Now and I'm gonna be honest, the aesthetic of this house, I kind of like a little bit more, but this house feels like it's a little smaller than the other one. I don't know, but that's just kind of how it's given. It's given that it is a little bit smaller, but get what you can afford. Please finally get something that y'all can afford, allegedly. So, you know, she was talking about people saying, oh, well, you know, they probably thought that I was always rented. I shouldn't be renting. You should. You should have rented a little bit longer. Ain't nothing wrong with renting, girl. Rent until you cannot. Rent until you ain't got to rent no more. And I'm going to say this too, Toya. Something got to give with y'all because Eugene, the body can only do so much for so long. You are putting wear and tear on your body, working 2 hours or maybe sometimes 5 hours away. And like, I understand you're making more money, but at what cost? Like, at the point where you having to get these hotels, you having to do all this other stuff because you're too tired to travel back, brother. Are you breaking even? I mean, if the money's that good, great. But that's wild to me that you are having to drive out that far. The last house you had to drive far, it's like you were always having to leave. So my thing is, just move closer to these places. Like in Toya, I know we talked about this, but girl, what does Toya do during the day? And I'm not saying that to be shady. Truly and honestly, I know she had her liquor line, but like, is that like a big, maybe it is a big income thing. I don't know. But Toya, you could just give us the illusion that you are doing something. Like, I just don't know, girl. Go down there and ask Dr. Simone if she need a receptionist, or ask Cecil, do he need somebody to file the paperwork on them houses? You need to figure out something. Give us the illusion that you're doing something. Because them boys are pretty much high school age. Girl, do something. Now, Toya, you make me mad because we don't want to lose Eugene to stress and wear and tear on that body, girl. He not built for a tough. We here for a good time, not a long time. And that man can't even have a good time because that man is spending 27 hours of, it ain't even 27 hours in a day. That man is spending half of his day driving to and from work. When he gets to the house, that man don't want to do nothing but rest. And what you want to do, you want to dress. You need to let that man, get a man a break. Nah, I'm sorry, man. We need to figure this thing out. But speaking of Toya, you know, seeing them and their sons and seeing the sons grow up, that's really, really nice. Seeing the one cook, and then, you know, I do think she gave him good advice about like cutting, not even just women, cutting people off in general. Let the people finish, get their thought out, then you give a good, responsible, educated response. Let's talk about DrContessa. So we pull up to DrContessa's house, her and Dr. Scott, and shout out to them. You know, they bought a building with, I can't remember her name. It wasn't Janice. It wasn't Anila. She was on a previous season too, whoever the realtor was. But anyway, they bought a house. I mean, not a house. They bought a building that they are renovating. They bought it out cash. And they are at $400K and up in renovations. Y'all, that's a lot of money. And it's really cool that they were able to pay for that in cash. But I hope that y'all are able to be able to be in the building and to recoup some of those funds that y'all did. Like I said, I think it's dope that y'all were able to do that, but I hope that you were able to recoup some of those funds. You know, as they're there sitting down, they get a knock at the door, and they get an invite to Dr. Mimi's Polo Classic Extravaganza, honey. And it looks like it's gonna be a good time. So as they get their invite, we swing over to Quad, because she got an invite as well from Dr. Mimi to the Extravaganza, the Polo Classic that they have at the Green. And, you know, Quad is on FaceTime with Dr. Mimi, and she's just asking her, like, look, Dr. Mimi's like, look, girl, you know, everybody's invited. If you feel like you need to have a conversation or want to, you know, maybe that is something that we can work out. And Quad is just at a place where she's like, look, I'm not interested in kissing nobody wrong. If Simone wants to work it out, we can do that, but I'm not in a place to be going back and forth for her. And child, I'm with y'all because it's too much. And speaking of Dr. Mimi, we catch up with her. You know, her and Steve are getting ready for their event. They showing up to the Polo Classic thing that they got. And it looks great. Like, I really like them. I love Dr. Mimi on her first season, and I was really hoping that she would come back, because with Married to Medicine, sometimes it's hard to break into that friend group. So seeing that Dr. Mimi was able to break her way in, or kind of get her foot in the door with this friend group, I love it. And I think that she is so even keeled. She gives us another version of DrJackie. She is able to drink, play, have a good time, but she's still like responsible and thinks about a lot of things that she does and says. So I like her. But I tell y'all what, Steve handled that situation with that little girl spending that $75 on his phone better than me. Baby, I'd still be mad at her. You hear me? 75. What you mean you spent $75? What she spent it on? Now at the reunion, y'all gonna have to tell us what that was, baby, because what that little child done spend $75 on? We need to know what happened. Did she buy something from Amazon? Did she get all of her Amazon things like me? Because if she did, I ain't even mad, baby. You get it. Once you get it good, girl. I know that's right. But I really like Dr. Mimi and Steve. I think that they real cool. So, you know, the next thing that we pull up to Simone and Cecil house, and, you know, they're getting them a new back deck put on their house, and, you know, Toya's pulling up. So, before Toya pulls up, we see Dr. Simone trying on a hat, talking about something, I think it go with my outfit. Simone, you can't dress. Like, you know what? When it comes to the people on Bravo who cannot dress the best, you take the cake. So it's going to be you, Giselle. Like, and you know what? Giselle is doing better. She is doing better. But you take the cake. You a top notch. You a top notch not dresser. You know what I'm saying? You a top notch not baby. When they say, "Ooh, you put that on," they just tell you to take it off because you don't even qualify. You don't even qualify. Baby, the stylist even refused you. The stylist be like, you know what, Simone, I grabbed the clothes. We put you in it. And for some reason, it just turned into mess and calamity. So the people don't even want to dress you, Simone. All of this is alleged. And I love Dr. Simone. I'm just playing. So, Dr. Simone tried to throw a little shade at Quad, and Toya. She was like, oh, you ain't been over here. You must be hanging out with Toya. And Quad was like, not Quad. Toya was like, why you not hanging out with Quad? Dr. Simone, what's going on with y'all there? Because that was your friend. Me and her wasn't cool like that, and now you and her not cool. But I can understand why you and her not cool, and this is what we talk about what Quad was saying about the house. Dr. Simone, I don't understand why you feel like getting on a channel with Sweet Tea, who Quad and her are not cool because she's married to Quad's ex-husband. That's not really the reason they're not cool. They're just not cool because of Sweet Tea. You talked about the lady finances. Sweet Tea over here cackling, skinning, and grinning. And you think that this lady ain't finna... Yeah, I can see why she got her leg back. Like, you over here with the ops, girl. Like, Dr. Simone, you move weird sometimes and you do stuff like that. And I really don't understand... When you do these things, I'm not sure why you don't get why people don't be wanting to rock with you. Like, that's the part for me that's weird. And I love when Toya was like, listen, we got to do better as sisters, girl. We supposed to be a sisterhood. We have to do better. And then, you know what? Dr. Simone, she was feeling it. But Cecil said, hold on, not too much, baby. Let me earn my check. Let me jump in here, too. Cecil said, now, what you gonna do when DrJackie try to come for you? And, Toya's just like, listen. Toya like, listen, I made a comment about Curtis. I made a comment about Curtis. That was her opinion. She was asked a question. She answered the question on her opinion. She ain't changing on it. And I don't think that Toya's... I really don't think Toya meant any harm by that. I think Toya was just like, child, he had his hand on her. He had his hands on me. He had his hands... definitely had his hands on the other woman. But I think Toya... DrJackie, that's definitely going to hit her a certain way. And DrJackie felt the way. Now, I will say this. DrJackie could have messaged you on the side because I can get where you coming from. Like, oh, you put it in this group chat because you was thinking that your goons was going to jump in as well. And they didn't. And I think that DrJackie should have messaged her on the side because we already know DrHeavenly be ready to jump in and defend DrJackie at all costs. But she ain't jumping to it because apparently DrHeavenly got her own mess going on. So DrHeavenly ain't say nothing. And Toya's like, we ain't seen Heavenly. We ain't heard from her, baby. We ain't even seen the smoke signal. What's going on over there? And she was like, apparently what's going on, you know what? What's really, really going on? She said, child, allegedly, DrHeavenly's son got picked up. He got arrested. And when Toya said that, y'all, I'm going to be real, I was a little shocked. I was a little shocked that Toya said it. I was not expecting her to say that. Because typically they don't talk about kids. Now, DrHeavenly's son is a grown man. He is in his 20s. But he is still a child of somebody on the show. When I tell y'all I know Heavenly gonna raise all types of hell, when she finally had that conversation with Toya about the situation, because Toya, that was messy. But I'm gonna say this too though in Toya's defense. DrHeavenly, and I like DrHeavenly, and I'm not in agreements with what Toya did. But DrHeavenly, you have come for pretty much everybody on this show at one season, at one point, in some time frame. It's your time to get yours. So I think the thing with DrHeavenly is that she, and it's going to be hard for her to understand this, you have come at these women about different things that were sensitive to them. So now that they finally have something to come at you about, girl, I'm just saying, Dr. Heavenly, I ain't saying I agree. I'm just saying I can understand where they're coming from. So I was really shocked when they talked about that, and it was wild. So we're going to fast forward to the event. So we head over to the Sanders Polo Classic. Looks like a good time. The venue was gorgeous. Wasn't this the same venue that Kelly had on The Real Housewives of Atlanta when she had like her lemon squid? My neighbors work my nerves. When she had her lemon squeeze, I think it's that same venue. Anyway, so everybody arrives. It looks really good. The venue looks stunning. It looks dope. Everybody looks good. DrContessa's body looks really, really good, but I did not care for her dress. That stood out to me. I didn't like her dress, but everything else looked phenomenal. She looked so good. So, DrContessa talks to DrJackie and Mimi because they get there first. And they talk about the invite that Quad gave Dr. Simone. And they are in agreement it was shady. It was a shady invite. Quad was throwing shade. And real talk, they wouldn't have been able to go either. But it was definitely shade that happened when it came to that situation. So we see Brandy, who is apparently another new cast member of this season, and she's beautiful. She looks great. Brandy is a beautiful girl. She is stunning. She's really cool. She seems like a boss, so I'm really ready to get to know her. So after that, we see Jackie and Toya, having a conversation. And Toya's like, oh, where's Dr. Heavenly? Because, Dr. Heavenly ain't missed a vent in about 10, 12 years. And DrJackie is like, she is running for vice president of the United States of America. And Toya's like, girl, where's she really at? What's going on? Tell me what's really going on. And Jackie said, listen, I'm going to tell you what she told me. It ain't really none of your business. I know that's right, Dr. Toya, you just want to get into the mess. You wanted that lady to be there so you can ask her about her son. I don't know. Do I feel like... I'm going to say this, though. I don't feel like Dr. Heavenly's scared. Like, I don't feel like Dr. Heavenly is scared to be there. I think Dr. Heavenly is just weighing out her options to be like, let me go into this even kill so I can know what I got to do. Because Dr. Heavenly ain't scared to back nobody up off of her. We done all seen it. Because that's one... Dr. Heavenly is hell on wheels, so we already know she ain't scared, baby. We know that. All right, so Mimi and Toya... Mimi tells Toya, girl, just stop, because she keeps asking about the situation. It's like, just move on from this. Heavenly will have a conversation with us when she's ready. Clearly something's going on. We'll talk about it when the time is right. So, after they kind of get done with that, we see Toya, Jackie, and Dr. Mimi having a conversation. And Toya's like, oh, I noticed Curtis didn't really speak to me. Is he mad at me? And then Jackie was like, well, you did make some unsavory comments about him. And Jackie was like, I was mad. Like, I was mad because I felt like that wasn't a good representation of who my man is. And Toya was like, oh, now? And Toya, I just want to tell you, hush, girl, hush. Toya, just hush. Know when to quit. But Dr. Jackie's like, listen, he had one, from Dr. Jackie said, from my understanding, he had one situation. And Toya, the issue that she had with it was like, he keeps touching all of these women. You're making it seem like he touched Dr. Heavenly, he touched you, and I would say, was it inappropriate on the grand scheme of things? Yes. But was he touching y'all in a way that he was making a pass at y'all? No. So I think that's the issue with Dr. Jackie. And Toya, I don't know what you would want Jackie to apologize for. I guess Jackie saying that you sat in his lap. I think what Jackie is saying is just like when he pulled you, you should be like, hey, bro, absolutely not, bro. What you got going on? I think that you should have did one of those. So I get from that standpoint, you technically did, but I don't think she owes you an apology for it. And honestly, that was so many seasons ago. Girl, move on. Move on from this. It is not that deep, girl. You and Jackie will be all right. It ain't nothing. The conversation between y'all two can't fix. And as they're wrapping up that conversation, we see Quad and Angel pulling up to the event. And, child, we see Simone already over there talking. She just over there talking to the new girl, Brandy. Just talking, oh, I guess we can go over here and say hello. Quad, you doing too much. I mean, not Quad. Simone, you doing too... Quad, you too. Quad is kept. You doing too much as well. So she walks up to Quad all in the face. Oh, I'm hot. Can I tell y'all, that irks my nerve. Do not get in my face. Do not get in my face about nothing. Back, girl. Back up. I don't want to smell your breath. I don't want to smell your saliva. I don't want to smell your perfume or cologne. Back up off of me. I don't want to smell it. So I don't understand why Simone has to do all of that. Like a normal, hey, how you doing? That would suffice. Greetings, how are you? Hey, girl. That's what we want to see you do, Simone. Like, Simone, you coming at us too hard. Like, you going to have to back it up. She just annoying. Like, Simone just likes annoying people. You can tell she does. Simone like getting under people's skin. Now, hold on. We got to talk about this for a minute. DrJackie, why did you ask that lady if her thyroid was enlarged? Because after you said it, and I'm not laughing, but after she said it, I just couldn't help but to look for it. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I ain't no doctor, but I'm sitting here looking like, is it? Yeah, I can see it enlarged over here on the left-hand side. Maybe on the right, too. I don't know what I'm looking for, but DrJackie, you did not have to ask that lady that. And she's like, well, maybe she didn't know. Well, maybe she didn't. She didn't want to know it in front of everybody else if she didn't know. Like, Jackie just so old. It's so old and southern of her to do stuff like that, because that's what they be doing. Jackie, you know you wrong. You owe that girl. Now, you owe an apology, because you did not have to bring that up. That was rude. So, I'm going to just fast forward, you know, because we see little side conversations. And then, as the group is coming back together, when Simone made the comment, maybe she was joking. It just didn't land like it was a joke, in my opinion. When she was like, oh, Mimi over here with her clique. It's like, Simone, you just keep, anytime somebody's having a conversation with Quad, you are mad at them. But there were errors that you did as well in this situation. Like, Quad didn't arrive here by herself. Like, she just didn't. And I think the thing is with you, the situation started with you being on whatever, I don't know if it's Sweet Tea's YouTube or what it was. You was over there having a conversation with Sweet Tea on the camera. That's where it started. Now, you trying to start with like, oh, well, if somebody invited you to a birthday party 2 hours ahead, would you go? The answer is going to be no from everybody. We already know that. But you starting in the middle. Start from the beginning, girl. You know the reason that y'all got here and the reason she made that comment about the mortgage is because you were on the thing with Sweet Tea talking about her. Whether you were just throwing shade or not, you know you with the ops. That wasn't cool. And like Toya said, if you was going to do that, have that conversation with me so it can stay here. You had that out there with that girl, knowing the girl ain't going to do nothing but laugh and try to pick on Quad. You wrong, Simone. You know you wrong. So they start going back and forth like, oh, well, you talk about my finances. Oh, you said that I was a traitor. Well, both of y'all, Quad, let's be real. Quad, we don't know where you get your finances from. Simone, you do be flip-flopping on the people. So both of y'all. We don't know what to do with this information because both of y'all be on it. But, you know, they start getting hot a little bit. And Mimi is just like, we're not doing this right now. We're not going to do it. So they table it, which I respected them from calming down at her event. And, you know, essentially, Simone kind of gets emotional a little bit later when they reconvene. And she's like, look, I didn't like the way that I handled this situation at the reunion. Me and you going to work on that. I'm going to give you space. And then me and you can have a conversation about this, whatever the situation is at some point. I hope, for the love of me, that they are able to work through this so that they can be done and we can move on for the rest of the season. But it don't look like it's going to happen because it looks like they're going to be the ones back and forth for the full season. And y'all, with that being said, that is going to be the Married to Medicine recap. I love this show. I love to see the growth in a lot of these characters and these women, husbands, all of that. And I'm so excited to see what this season is going to bring us. But with that being said, don't forget to check out some of the other content that we have here on the page. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share the family member, share with a friend so we can grow our community. But until next time, have a good one, everybody.